no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
Characters, man.
It's like everybody with the initials AB be wilding.
You feel me?
Palace. Get started.
So
I got to start.
Yeah, that boy there jumping the coop with no mileage. That is hilarious to me. Hey, so we got the primetime Saturday night game between the San Francisco 49ers, who upset the Cowboys last Sunday. They are sitting at 11-7 on the year, 10-8 against the spread, going up against the Green Bay Packers with potentially the league MVP Aaron Rodgers. 13-4 on the year, 12-5 against the spread. This line opened up in favor of Green Bay -5, and -5. We do have some 6s and 5.5s on the board. The total opened up at 47. Right now, it's at 47.5. Check out, see if there was any major injuries. Now, I do know I got some information about Jimmy G straining his shoulder, but he's not listed on the injury report, so hopefully he should be good to go. Warner, linebacker, he is questionable with an ankle injury. Harris, the safety, with his Achilles. Hurst, the defensive tackle, with his calf injury. And Bosa, he left the game with a concussion. All of those guys are questionable for this game. You know, Nick Bosa being healthy. You're definitely going to need somebody to apply that pressure on Brady, my guy. That's Rodgers. Very important. On Rodgers, I'm sorry. Injury reports for the Packers. Randall Cobb, he is questionable for this game. Zach Smith, linebacker, he is Anari Smith. He is questionable with a back injury right now. Guard Turner's questionable. Linebacker Campbell's questionable. With Patrick, the guard, he's questionable with COVID-19 right now. Cornerback Alexander, he's questionable as well with COVID. Vandal Scantlin, wide receiver, he's questionable also. Kiki, defensive end, is questionable with COVID. And linebacker Summers is questionable with a hamstring injury. Get to the actual factuals. The 49ers 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games. The unders hit 5 out of the last 5. They're 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games. 6-12 though, straight up in the last 18 games against the Packers. But 8-3 straight up in the last 11 games on the road this season. Well, not this season, but it kind of goes back to as well. 2-9 straight up in the last 11 games on the road against the Packers. They're 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games against an NFC conference opponent. And the overs hit 5 out of the last 5 games whenever they're playing against somebody from the NFC North. Packers 12-4 against the spread in the last 16 games. The overs hit 6 out of the last 7. They're 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games. The overs also hit 4 out of the last 5 whenever they play against the Packers. The 49ers. The Packers are 8-0 at the crib. 9-2 straight up in the last 11 games when they're playing the 49ers at the crib. And the overs also hit 5 out of the last 5 games whenever they're playing against an NFC conference opponent. And 6-0 against the spread in the last 6 games whenever the Packers play against a team from the NFC West division. So, Packers with that very bad man that Stephen A. Smith likes to stay, taking on the 49ers who are trending big time up. Marley, what is the play?
A lot of this is going to depend on Jimmy G's status and especially Mr. Bosa status. If they don't have Bosa and they can't get pressure on Aaron Rodgers, this is going to be a long night. I don't care how good the rest of the defense and how good they can run the ball. If they can't stop the Packers from getting into the end zone, that's not going to matter. Packers are undefeated at home. They don't lose there. So my personal opinion is that Packers are going to win this game. What we got to get to, are they going to cover this spread? I'm going to take the 49ers plus the points because I don't see Shanahan getting blown out. He's too good of a coach. They run the ball too well. And defensively, Boa had a concussion, so he's going to play. It's not like he hurt his leg or his arm, his injury, his concussion, a couple days. It's the NFL. They going to say he passed protocol, even if he didn't. It's Super Bowl. It's playoffs on the line. they're going to say he passed the protocol. Jimmy G is going to play. I already been seeing the cost ticker at the bottom. So I think the game will be tight. But I think ultimately the Packers win. Put me on the 49ers plus 5.5, though. I just think that's too many points. I think we're looking at a field goal game. As long as Bosa and that defense can keep the pressure on Aaron Rodgers. Let me look at the weather real quick. Is what
it's 50. It's a 50% chance of snow. 21 degrees on Saturday.
Oh, I see 13 degrees.
That's probably the lows.
So that's even better. The low scoring not going to be a lot of running. I mean, a lot of passing probably if it's snowing. Low scoring game, frigid, cold. I like the 49ers plus the points, but I think Green Bay ultimately wins the game.
All right, Hova, what you got?
I like the 49ers with the points. Once again, it's playoff football. Now we saw a few of these games that ended up being blowouts. You know, I think the Buccaneers game ultimately, I think they ended up winning by 16. Then of course the Bills dismantled the Patriots. I think now we into that divisional round, everything comes back down to earth, which normally is what happens in the playoffs. It's all about who can run the ball, who can play solid defense. As I said earlier, not nobody, but very few people can do it like the 49ers. I believe in Kyle Shanahan. He's a very good coach, and I think he's a very underrated coach as far as when we compare him with, like, you know, all the sexy names and whatnot. So I think the 49ers will find a way to be able to run the ball. Defensively, I think ultimately what they need to do is just make sure that they can stop Green Bay from running the ball. If they can stop Green Bay from running the ball and make them one-dimensional, most people may say, well, why would you want to make them one-dimensional when Aaron Rodgers passing the ball? So allow me to explain. What I mean by that is if you make him one-dimensional, then he has to pass the ball and keep passing. Would you rather deal with an Aaron Rodgers who's passing the ball 80 to 90% of the time, or one who has the run game going and then he can open up the play action? So that's what I mean by that. Go ahead, take away that run, get some pressure on Rodgers. I think it's going to be a close game. As far as the elements that might have something to do with it as well. But I really like this 49ers team. I think 5.5 is too many points. Ultimately, I think that line's probably going to end up changing. But this is a team that I said nobody will want to play once they reach the playoffs. So I'm going to still rock with that. And I got the 49ers plus 5.5 at Green Bay.
All right. So both of you guys are on the 49ers with the points.
A lot of people don't like the tackling that cold, man. You got a physical team coming in.
A lot of people don't like to run verticals all day trying to cover these receivers in the cold, and that's why I'm going to take these Packers for the first half -3. You know, with the injuries on the defensive side of the ball, depending on how healthy those guys get, hey, man, being in the cold don't make that any better. So I think, you know, it's going to definitely get a lot of those guys like Warner and some of the others some time to get used to, you know, running around in that cold weather, especially on the ankle. And then you talk about an Achilles as well. I know, you know, coming off surgery, you know, anytime it gets cold, you know, that arthritis will kick in on the boys. So not saying they're going to have it, but I definitely see that playing the Pack, and I think the Packers going to come out explosive. I think the 49ers will be able to adjust in the first half. I can see the 49ers coming in first drive scoring. If they receive the ball just off the strength, I can see them scoring on the first quarter. It will be definitely a good game to run the live, do some live betting in, but I like the Packers first half -3. So that is my official play for that one. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. This is Marley Bets and Hova. We are Brothas N Bets. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, follow.
Check it out. Look. We from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.